If you want to know the latest working farming methods in 1.10, you are in the right place. I tested more than 35 of the major farming methods in the game to give you the best, latest, and working ones currently, so I can save you the guesswork and a lot of time to let you focus on the things that matter and will give you the progress in the fastest time possible. Before we head to the actual spots, keep in mind that consoles can make the dead unlimited spots on this list alive and working. It is possible by setting the graphics mode to performance mode, but I am also receiving reports that some Xbox and PS5 players can't revive the dead spots even after playing in performance mode. So there's no guarantee that it will work, so the safest route in here if you are a console player is to just give it a try and see if it will work on your end. Starting with the infinite spawning chest farms across the world. One of the famous farms currently that is notoriously working on consoles but not on PC. There are a lot of unlimited chest farms across the world and I concentrated on the good ones. And the Ashen Rift is one of the popular ones that can give the player unlimited tier 1 Abyss gears and crafting materials. The spot is located in Crimson Desert and the Abyss reset on the screen right now is your main reset point for this method. Just from the burning crater, just gain height by pulling up multiple aerial force palm and head to the nearby deep hole from your location. This spot offers 3 high-level chests for you to farm. And of course, PC players can no longer take advantage of this method since 1.8.0, even when fast traveling back to the nearest Abyss reset. Or try resetting the method by accessing the nearest out-of-bounds area and exhausting the time. Although PC players are commenting that this farm is working, so the best choice in here is to just test the method to see if it will work on your end. The Crimson Wall chest is situated near the Cloister of Enlightenment and the Abyss Nexus on the screen right now is the main reset checkpoint. Head through the nearby cliff and gain height by pulling up multiple aerial palm strike. Head straight to the tall rocky formation so you can gain height once again and access the nearby chasms. The chasm below will lead you to the location of the chest, and opening the said chest and fast traveling back to the nearest Abyss Nexus will reset the chest before 1.7.0. But even in the latest version of the game, I can confirm that this is no longer the case, at least for PC players. The Serpent Marsh also offers a respawning chest located near the Abyss Nexus. Access the wooden log near the Nexus to open up the chest, but as soon as you fast travel back to the checkpoint, the chest will remain open, at least on the PC side of things. The Arboya Castle chest farm was one of my favorites since this chest can give you unlimited chewy rice cakes before 1.7.0. A high-level food to take advantage of, and not only that, this chest is one of the fastest sources of water in the game. The chest can be found very near to the key checkpoint for this spot, but fast traveling back will no longer respawn the said chest and will be permanently open, at least on the PC side of things. So if you are a console player, give it a shot and see if it's working. Copper pouches remain the best currency to give merchants and increase their trust to 100, and the Demonis Wildlife Park is the best and fastest source of copper pouches, while also giving you the chance to get gold bars as a bonus. Find the Demonis Wildlife Park south of the main town, and the Abyss Nexus on the screen right now is the main reset point for this method. From the Abyss Nexus, gain height and try landing on the wooden scaffolding of the main walls of the park. Then use your unlimited explosive arrows and shoot the borders of the first major area to scare off the nobles. Whatever happens, don't hit any nobles, and your main goal in here is to just scare them all off, so they will run towards the main gate of the park. All sides must be covered, especially the side where the wooden bridge is located since there are a lot of nobles in it. If you did the method correctly, the majority of the nobles will be funneled at the gate, so you can take them all at once with your normal attacks. Once you've cleared all of them, loot all of the bodies and farm tons of copper pouches and possible gold bars in the process. 1.10 latest and best money farming methods incoming, and the gold bar stealing methods in Demonis Wildlife Park is of course pretty much working. If you want to focus on gold bars only, this is one of the best ways to go. A method that will allow you to steal gold bars from nobles inside the park. I am still using the farming route on the screen right now, and in just one instance, I managed to score 2 gold bars consecutively, proving the farm is alive and working. And for those skeptics out there, I am highlighting the time here just to show there are short intervals between successfully stealing the 2 gold bars. The perma-leaf money farming method is alive and kicking, allowing players to gain tons of silver in just few runs. By just gathering every palmer leaf spots across the map, which is 10 in total, you will still be getting 8,000 silver every 7 days. Key flower spots are the Serpent Marsh Buddha, Southern Elder Tree, and the best one currently, the Red Tree Forest. There are a total of 10 farmer leaf spots on the map as mentioned, and if you are interested in that, check the full video in the description or find the video by clicking the card here. Players rioted when the initial patch of 1.10 removed our beloved Golden Apple Hedgehog farm, and players won as Pearl Abyss provided another update that brings back the said farm. So yes, my dear viewer, you can rest easy as the farm is very much alive and still the second best money farming in the game. The Golden Apple Hedgehog will allow the players to farm golden apples, and then use the golden apples to craft gold bars like candies. Two main spots remain unbeatable even in 1.10. The first one is the Eastern Hill spot located in Delicia. The area below the water tank in a bent position is where the Golden Apple Hedgehog spawn. I will show you how godly this spot even in 1.10. Pay attention to my fast forwarded run in here where I scored a whopping 2 consecutive golden apples for a short amount of time. While the Tarb spot of golden apples is working perfectly even after the patch. This spot can be found in the Gardens of Tarif where I am hovering in this recording. What I usually do here is form a circular motion in the garden when hunting for the Golden Apple Hedgehog. Another godly spot where I get 2 consecutive golden apples right off the bat, and you can clearly see it on the screen right now. But the best overall money farm in 1.10 is still by far the time skip gold bar dispatch, combined with the banking investment saves coming, allowing you to earn 20k silver in just minutes, plus easy gold bars in the process. Hold this thought for now as I will explain how it works later on this guide. And if you are getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine. Or consider supporting us on Patreon or by becoming a channel member today, and I appreciate your support. Abyss sells unlimited farming spots are not consistent across the board since console players can still take advantage of this method. The Wishwood region offers a spot where you can farm Abyss creatures that usually spawn in the past. The method here is not to kill the big version of the said creatures and focus on the small ones instead. Once the majority of the small Abyss creatures are dead, leave at least one and let the big one swallow you. And reviving at the checkpoint will respawn all of the small ones you've killed. But in 1.10 version of the game, even if you let yourself be eaten alive by the big ones, the small ones don't come back, at least on the PC side of things. I've been receiving reports that PS5 players can do this unlimited farm when setting graphics mode to performance mode as mentioned. The Turquoise Rock Pool area near the town of Varnia offers the same gains. This spot is of course dead for PC players, while console players might still have a chance to do this farm. As I always say, even if all of the Abyss Cell spots are dead, your Greymane farm is more than enough to give you unlimited supply of Abyss Cells. So the dying of the spots is not actually a big loss for PC players. The Brimstone spot on the other hand in Deadfire Mountain is very much alive. Offers an unlimited amount of Brimstone crabs in 1.10. The Abyss Reset, located in the center of the spot, will allow you to respawn the said crabs and allow you to farm an unlimited amount of Brimstone for your platinum crafting needs. The Rubber Unlimited farm is still acting dead, at least on the PC side of things, in 1.10. The location on the screen right now, or the Stone Crab Wetlands, is the starting point for the rubber farming, since there's a rubber tree situated near the location. The rubber tree in question oozes with white liquid, and you only need a magic site to farm the substance directly. Then you can fast travel back to the nearest Abyss Nexus and come back for more. All of my playthroughs were consistent across the board of not being able to replicate this method. But of course, it can be a different story for console players. Well, this is not a huge loss for PC players, since your Greymane farm is also more than enough solution for your rubber needs. And for the sake of data, I've still tested the best Mercury farming spots across the map. Mercury ponds located in the Silver Wolf Mountain and near the Deadfire Mountain are still your best choices in the game. No changes were made during the cooldown period, as a player needs to wait at least 3 in-game days to replenish these ponds. While the Brimstone, Rubber in Mercury multi-farm is still alive and working in 1.10. Find this spot in Skolastone, and pretty much all of you are aware of this by now. This is a method where you can use common animal hides or even crimson glass containers to increase trust of the trolls in Skolastone. so they can give you either brimstone, rubber, or mercury, even faded abyss artifacts. But keep in mind that you will be maxing all of the trust of trolls in Stone, and eventually you will be resorting to the best brimstone and other material farms that I just mentioned. But Samurai, brother, where can I get unlimited animal hides? No worries about that, my dear viewer, and the location in Hernand on the screen right now is a spot where you can farm animals easily. Farm these animals near the Abyss Nexus, then gain a huge amount of skins, and make sure to stand on the Nexus to reset the spot without long loading times. The infinite iron ore farming method on Stage Peak has a chance to be alive on consoles but not on PC. This method will allow the player to farm stone crabs that drop a lot of iron ores, abyssals, and gears. The trick here was to concentrate on the small to medium stone crabs and letting the moss-covered stone crabs alone so the other stone crabs will respawn. But in the last 2 to 3 patches, even if you killed one stone crab in the area, the crab will never respawn, at least on the PC side of things. And there is a pretty high chance that this is still working on consoles just like the next method. But let's say you can't take advantage of this farm on both PC and consoles. In my honest opinion, iron ores are so common that you can get 6 iron ores per node if you have a good mining build. Just look how many nodes you can farm around your gaming camp in Hernand. If that is not enough, here are all of the iron ore nodes around Hernand. And don't forget that you can get 6 iron ores per node. So imagine how much you can earn in just few sessions. Console players can take advantage of unlimited abyssals and bismuth ores by farming bismuth crabs in Drake's Fall Castle. But on the PC side of things, no matter what method I use to reset bismuth crabs in the area, they just don't respawn. Like not completely killing every pack or even just killing one pack at a time, this spot is officially dead at least on PC for not respawning the crabs at all in the latest version of the game, which in my opinion is not a big loss for PC players really. Because just imagine how much bismuth ore you can farm just around Stone. The Serpent Shrine Gunners remains one of the best earliest manual XP farming spots in 1.10, allowing you to gain tons of abyss artifacts while also giving you the chance to stockpile pan-fried vegetables, a high level of food that gives you tons of HP and SP with every use. Find this amazing spot located in the southwestern section of Delicia near the Dewhaven region. From a low-level character standpoint, you can expect a whopping 25 abyss artifacts per hour. And just look how great the XP rate is. Not far from the Serpent Shrine Gunners location, the Dewhaven Cave farming spot is one of the best working mid to late game XP farming spots in 1.10. Essentially, this spot will allow the player to take a specific farming route to farm a lot of night enemies inside the Dewhaven Keep. But the banger here is that, if you follow the specific route that I suggested, the elite team of Delicia is waiting for you at the entrance of the castle by the time you complete the said route. The Delician elite team's captain is worth at least 1 Ice Walker per kill, and you can almost score 2 captains per attempt. Just look how broken the XP rate is. The mid to end game City of Tomaso farming spot works perfectly in 1.10, and in fact it is way better since the last patch hits. The Abyss Nexus on the screen right now is your starting point for this spot. From the Abyss Nexus, glide your way down to the nearest fighting ring and make sure you are wearing your bandit mask. Attack any soldiers in the ring and position yourself in the middle of the ring to funnel all of the high-level soldiers in the area. Your Frost Mantle attacks powered up by the Frost Shattering Abyss gear can one-shot these guys. And once they're all dead, there's also another fighting ring on the side of the town. Follow the farming route shown in here, and essentially, you can just go back and forth between the fighting rings to respawn all of the high-level soldiers. Just like in the previous method, the region of Tashka will send their best men to hunt you, and the captain of the said team is also worth a whopping Ice Walker level of XP, which is on top of your high XP level gains from the soldiers in the area. And just look how much XP each captain provides. And that's a one whole XP bar from a low level character standpoint, as you can see. But the main difference now is that I am getting abyss artifacts as drop from these soldiers. The Flame Knight's Castle serves as a reliable mid-game XP reblockaded spot in 1.10. This spot continues to be a stable way of getting abyss artifacts, and not only that, a possible source of abyss gears as well. More into this later. Find this spot in the region of Demonis, located near the huge letter D of the Demonis landmark. A low-level character can expect a whopping 23 to 28 abyss artifacts per hour, and the XP rate on the screen right now explains everything. But when it comes to the best late game XP farming spot, nothing really can beat the Disruptor farming method. and it gives you the chance to get a mind-blowing 30 to 33 Abyss artifacts per hourly run. This spot will allow the user to wipe out mech soldiers in the area. These humanoid mech soldiers are weaker compared to your usual mechs around Delecia, giving the player the chance to wipe these soldiers in 2 to 3 EMP strikes. You can access Marnie's outpost in the northeastern section of Delecia. Make sure to activate the key Abyss Nexus for this spot for resetting purposes later on. From the Abyss Nexus, prepare yourself and make sure to land on the same spot, which is the rusted mechanism, but here, I landed on the platform itself. Make sure to cast 2 EMP strikes to clear the initial targets around the outpost. Jump and gain height and prepare yourself once again to drop near the entrance of the outpost on your left hand side. Once you land, cast an EMP strike, then the second and the third one usually takes every target in the area, which is in this case the third one. Once you can teleport, fast travel back to our key Abyss Nexus to reset the run, rinse and repeat. There is a lot of preparation to make this spot work, so if you are interested in learning more spots and methods surrounding the Disruptor, the full guide is linked in the description or find it by clicking the card here. Fort Hellwood and the other best reblockaded spots are working as intended in the latest version of the game. You can find this location in the southwestern section of Hernan. Other great XP farming spots are working as intended, like Fort Warspike, located still in the southwestern region of Hernan, which offers unlimited bleed bandits for you to take advantage of. In the latest patch, the reblockading feature receives an overhaul. It takes 3 days of a major fort or a location to be a potential farming spot. It may sound like a huge nerf, but hear me out, it doesn't affect the spots big time. So let's say you liberated a spot, like the Flame Knight Castle in this example. This spot will undergo reconstructing phase for 3 days before it reaches the optimal state. Then after the said 3 days, if you set your reblockading set to war, any fortress or major location will have the chance to be invaded. Invasion or battle phase will let you witness the actual invasion of the location, where the protectors of the location will clash against the invading factions, which is super immersive in my opinion. Then if you don't repel the said troops, fast traveling or skipping a day will let the spot be invaded fully, turning the spot into your usual reblockaded spot. But if you repel the invading troops on the other hand, it will take another day or a single fast travel to make the spot in battle phase again, if your setting is set to war. Meaning this new process is not really a nerf, since the major spot mechanic of not killing the mini-boss or the elite enemy guarding the areas will still render all of the farming spots without limits. There is no doubt that the Timer Ruins and Bordic Ruins dispatch plus the time skip method is hands down the best artifact and money farming method in 1.10. What I usually do here is send my dispatch on Timer Ruins and Bordic Ruins as well, then head to any time skip quest location, which is in this case the Circus of Deminis. Then skip the time to 9:30 PM. Then there's a bed in the tents that you can sleep for 12 hours to skip the time to 9 AM again. So you can use the circus time skip once again and so on. You will be getting a lot of Abyss artifacts in this way, and as previously mentioned, you can farm gold bars simultaneously with this if you send a dispatch to Bordic Ruins. A huge plus in here is you can earn as much as 20k silver from the banking investment alone, if you maintain at least 40k silver in your bank. This does not count the gold bars that you can earn from the Bordic Ruins dispatch, which is insane. I will be covering this method extensively very soon, so stay tuned for that. And of course, the famous Ice Walker farms that gave you tons and tons of XP in the past remains dead as of the moment in both PS5 and PC users, so don't waste your time checking them out. The Skolastone Institute is a reliable source of Abyss artifacts if you are into stealing methods. The route is still being shown on the top right corner of the screen, and in just few consecutive runs, I have scored 2 Abyss artifacts, which is a good run, and of course, RNG is still at play here. And before we head to the final major farm, here's an overview of the current dead and working spots in 1.10. Chest farms are dead at least on PC, but there is a high chance that they are working on consoles. The same thing applies to high-grade material farms for brimstones and mercury, which are working with an unstable rubber farming spot. All money farming methods are working without issues, along with the best manual XP Abyss artifacts farming spots. Stealing is still a viable approach, and time skip methods still remain the best methods across the board. There are really no big changes when it comes to Abyss gear farming in the latest version of the game, but I am happy to say that the best and staple spots are still holding up even in 1.10. The 3 usual spots are the Frosthold Entrance, Frosthold Pass, and the best of them all, the Icewash Altar. farming in one of these locations will still allow the player to disarm the maces and shields of the Skull Knight followers. And keep in mind that you need a small shield and the enemy needs to hit you first before pressing the left bumper and right trigger simultaneously to disarm targets. Make sure your pet is active so it can help you loot the Frostbone shields and maces to speed up the process. Since patch 1.7 rolled out, enemies tend to pick up their maces after every disarm, making the farms a little bit slower. The workaround here is to cast a Nature Unleash ability after every disarm. This will stun the surrounding enemies, giving you time to pick up the maces and shields. Having a flying pet will help a lot since they loot much faster while you are trying to loot the maces and shield as well, making the runs faster. Once you farm all of the shields and maces in the area, hop on your horse and leave the area until the enemy aggro drops. Then return again and notice that all of the shields and maces already respawn. One thing to note here when trying the Skull Knight followers, you can be at peace with killing the Rangers and the Frostbeater users, and they will never respawn in the latest version of the game. Piling up the said shields and maces will allow you to extract tier 1 Malice Banes and Fortitudes, then save scamming the results of your synthesis all the way to tier 3 Abyss gears. If you want to master this method and have early tier 3 Abyss gears in the fastest way possible, this has a separate detailed guide which is linked in the description, or find the video by clicking the card here. But what if you clear the Frosthold spots? They don't reblockade in the same way, at least in all of my testing. So the Flame Knight's Castle is a potential alternative. However, keep your expectations low, since the Abyss gear farming in this area is simply not optimized in any way. If you look closely, there are only a handful of soldiers in this spot who holds the blazing shields. The main issue that I have here is that disarming all of the soldiers with the blazing shields takes a lot of time because the spot is surrounded by other normal soldiers with normal shields and swords. Even if you manage to disarm the key soldiers with the blazing shields, it will also take you time tracking the lost shields with your pet, since the pet can get normal weapons and shields in the process, so it's not really an optimized farm in any way as mentioned, and use this only as a backup spot. More spots will be covered soon, but what if you want to know the best mid-game upgrades that will make you way cooler and overpowered? This video will teach you everything you need to know, so click on it and I will catch you on the next one.